Hey guys, Push here, and this is my first actual ESO video. Today I'm featuring my build, the Magic Bomblade. In my opinion, it is the best bomber build for this patch. I highly recommend it. I don't recommend running any other sets besides what I'm running, just because I'm running the maximum damage you can possibly have. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started here. So first, my race. I'm currently a high elf, just because high elf is the best damage race in the game for magic. Dark elf is a little worse. It's not far behind, but high elf is it's the best. My Mundus Stone. I'm currently running the Shadow, which gives you increased crit damage. And first off, starting with the skills, I recommend all your passives, high elf, and all your in your race, your assault. Support doesn't really matter that much. I even have some fighter. No, it's what is it? Legend main, just for less reduced cost of sneak. I have light armor, magic. Heavy, I have heavy passes, but I don't really use heavy armor just because I'm currently running 6-1 instead of 5-1-1. You can run 5-1-1, it won't really affect your build that much, but it'll give you more max magic. But it's just what I have. So run all your siphoning, shadow, assassination passives as well, because they all help. So for my front bar, I'm running Soul Tether, of course, Sap Essence. I don't like using the Destro ulti just because it's less controlled than Soul Tether. Down to the Fighters Guild, I'm currently running Camouflage Hunter. Camouflage Hunter offers you a minor berserk for 5 seconds after you deal crit damage from an enemy's flank. Increases your damage done by 8%, which basically means you just have to be behind the enemy and you do 8% more damage, and that helps a lot. 8% more damage, you're always getting that when you're bombing because you're invisible and you're always behind somebody. And next, I'm running an assassination ability, Reaper's Mark. I'm not running Reaper's Mark for any reason. You can run any assassination ability, even Blur or Teleport Strike, just for this passive, Hemorrhage. It increases your critical damage by 10%. You kind of need that when you're bombing. Down here, I'm going to Mage's Guild. I am running Inner Light for more crit and more max magic. I'm just running another Mage's Guild ability on here, just for more max magic from the Mage's Guild passive, for more recovery and max magic. And that is it for the front bar. For my back bar, I'm currently a vampire, of course, this patch, because they completely revamped the vampire skill line and they added new abilities. Stated Fury, I use this because it provides 650 spell damage while it's active. It also drains your health while it's active, so you don't want to have it on that long. So I'm running the passive Strike from the Shadows, because when you come out of stealth, it increases your spell damage by 300 for 6 seconds. And that is when you're at Vampire Stage 2, and I always maintain Vampire Stage 2, and that's it. I don't go any higher than Stage 2. I also have this passive for ignoring the movement speed penalty while I'm in Sneak, just so I can get around faster when I'm trying to bomb. I'm also running Proxy Det, of course, for bombing. Next, Sigic. I'm using Race Against Time just for more crit damage and movement speed for the bomb. Also the Snare immunity. I don't like the other morph of this just because it has a cast time, and when you're bombing you have to be very precise and quick with your bombs, or sometimes you won't be there or you won't get there at the right time, so I would rather have the instant cast. And for my Shadow Tree, I'm running Concealed Weapon for the invisibility, or the movement speed while I am sneaking, of course, and then Shadowy Disguise. For Assassination, I'm running Soul Harvest, because while slotted, you get more ultimate when you're killing mobs just to build your ultimate, so you can have faster bombs. And for my sets, I'm currently running Vicious Death, of course. I'm running swords. I'm using Nirnhoven on my front sword, on my main sword, and Sharpen on my offhand. You can run any staff, or honestly, you can even run a sword and board. It doesn't matter, because I don't even run any resto abilities. I just have the staff here equipped. So you can run any backhand weapon if you want. I'm using Balorg's monster set, of course, because it is the highest damage set in this game currently. When you have 500 ultimate, which I usually don't get unless it's like a group that I know is really tanky. I've been trying to get them. I build 500 ulti to get them. So when you have 500 ultimate and you activate this, you gain 500 spell damage for 12 seconds actually, and 11,500 spell penetration for 12 seconds. That's why this set is amazing. I'm using New Moon's Acolyte over Mechanical Acuity, just because Mechanical Acuity isn't always good. It doesn't always activate when you're bombing, and it's not there for your Soul Tether. Sometimes your Soul Tether doesn't even proc it, sometimes the set doesn't even work correctly, because it has a 15% chance to proc when you're doing direct damage. But this set is always on, it's always working. It just gives you flat spell damage and flat spell pen. It has more spell damage than War Maidens, and it also has penetration, which is what we need. And I'm running Vicious Death Jewelry, infused traits to give me more spell damage. For my traits, I'm running Divines for small pieces with max magic, and infused for my large pieces with max magic. You can run all Divines if you want. I just like to run it for more max magic. And for my champion points, actually. For my champion points, under the apprentice tree, I run 61 Elfborn, 75 Elemental Expert, and 53 Spell Erosion. For Atronach, I run 81 Master at Arms. The Ritual, I don't run anything in that tree. The Steed, 81 Ironclad, and 50 Resistant. The Lady, 43 Hardy, 43 Elemental Defender, and 34 Thick-Skinned. For the Lord, 19 Quick Recovery. The Tower, 56 Warlord, and 2 Siphoner. The Lover, 34 Tenacity, 73 Arcanist, and 15 Mogath. For the Shadow, I use the 39 Shade and 51 Tumbling. For my food and potion, I'm currently just running the Cyrodiil Spell Drought, or the Alliance Spell Drought, because it provides crit and spell damage, and you don't have to buy it. You can just buy it with AP, and that's free, so that's awesome. For my food, I run Ghastly Eyeball Bowl because it provides 4,600 max magic and 459 max recovery, and you don't need any max health for bombing, just because you're bombing to bomb. I don't run Witch Mothers just because I have more magic with the other food, and I don't need health, and I have more recovery. And for my stat sheet, I have about 6,300 total spell damage. Let me go ahead and buff up here. That's not right, hold on. Okay. Let me do that one more time. 5,800. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry, yeah. When I have the Balorg's procced, I have 6,300 spell damage. But without it procced, I just have 5,800, and that's awesome. On top of there's just so much spell pen. I don't know how to add it all up. There's so much spell pen, and this build is just crazy. You will see, once you make this build, you will see the improvements in your bombs, And so just go ahead and watch my clips that I'm going to provide after this, and I'm just going to let the video roll out.